It's another edition of Sandusky Speedway Facebook Live.
Hello to all the fans there at Sandusky Speedway. This is President Trump.
It's the weekly recap of all of last week's action and all the news that you, the fans, need to know. And now for your hosts, here are Doug Dock and the Colonel, Chris Mize.
And that Chris Mize, he's such a good statesman. Just a great, great man of the people.
Take it away, guys.
There's our great statesman.
Ooh. I wonder if he'd say that if he heard me in the tower some nights.
Probably not.
Next week it'll be I retract everything I said last week.
Right. Take my voice off that. Thank Mark for the voiceover and some of the pictures from
Britt
Peebles. And she sells same thing with you and the other one. She sells those pictures. Let's get started, Chris.
First off, I want to thank our veterans like we do every show. Without them, we wouldn't be doing the things we love, and we really appreciate you guys. We can't ever repay you the debt that you give for us, our freedom. So, military serving overseas and homeland, thank you guys. Thanks for all your service. First responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, and everybody that's worked through this whole mess that we're in the United States. Thank you. And Josh Britt Peebles on Facebook. If you like any of the pictures you've seen, look them up. Hell of a photographer.
Yeah,
I mean,
we invited her back.
Yes, we did. She's got an open door anytime she wants to come take pictures. She's more than welcome. So, and Kyle Lawson's the one that talked me into that. He didn't talk me into it. Hey, can she come up and take pictures? Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, when's she coming back?
Okay. Their link to Facebook's on there. So they have all kinds of pictures from 2 weeks ago and last week.
Yes, and great pictures. I mean, she had a thing there Saturday night after races, Doug. I was looking at, and it just, I think you were there looking at them with me, wasn't you? Yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic pictures. Second thing, Doug, before we get going, yes, I'm okay.
I don't know about that.
I was a little under the weather. I can't explain why. Friday, Saturday, I wasn't all there. Trust me. Not that I'm all there anyways. I was not all there even more. So, but everything's fine. I know there's a lot of people asking, I guess, and I'm okay. Everything's fine. There's some things that need to be run, but it's minor tests, whatever. I'm fine. It's not COVID-19, so nobody worry.
Wow.
If it was COVID-19, I'd have been sitting in the hospital by now instead of the I won't say which facility because I still got to go there, but, messing everything up yesterday for me. Thank you very much. But if I had COVID, I'd have got right in and run right over.
All right. So you're all good now.
Yeah, and then one more thing.
Yeah.
Don't you find it ironic? The same groups that want to defund the police used the police this past week.
Yes. Yes.
It's very ironic that the phone call went out, help!
Right.
Please help.
These guys are after us.
Yeah, it's like the saying was, you want to defund the police and get rid of them until somebody smacks you in the face.
Right.
Then you're, help!
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say on that. I just
right.
think it's kind of comical and funny that, Same group that wants to get rid of them. The same group that help me, please. I'm about to fall down and not get up.
So you, even though that you were, I don't know, ill, yeah, disease or something last Saturday.
I wasn't ill. I slept for 22 hours and I got a balance issue, as you know, Doug, and we'll get it straightened out. And it was pretty bad Saturday night too.
So not only do you have that, you go up on the flag stand of all places, which is so secure. You'll never lose your balance up there.
No, Ronnie says to me, "Hey, I was still sitting in the tower. Hey, you might want to be careful. It's a little spongy right here." What? You get up there, and sure enough, man, I was waiting for. There's like that 1 foot. I was, oh man, it's gonna cave in. Yeah, we got balloons thrown at us. It was a good time, though. I said I was gonna do it. I made sure I did it.
And that you did. And those kids had a great time, and a couple adults.
Yeah, Kyle Ramsey and I can't. Mike Brodsman Jr. were laughing when I was walking back across. I ended up. The balloons weren't always breaking when they were hitting. I don't know what was up with that. If I ever buy balloons again, Bobby Joe, I'll say find a thinner balloon, Bobby Joe, because I had to kneel down there 3 times during that. The balloons made contact and didn't break, and my voice went up a few octaves there for a second.
Well, we had we in the tower had a lot of fun watching that.
I tell you, the kids, yeah, my wife, yes, we did. Yeah, she was laughing. Find that kid to hit him right in the head and the balloon didn't break. I want to buy him a hot dog. Hell with that, I'll give him $20.
Right. We were funneling money down there.
Yeah. But, the look on the kids' faces, Doug, and unfortunately there was, I didn't think that well through, to be honest with you. There was a couple smaller kids that they were trying to get it up to the flag stand, and there was no way they were going to reach. And you can almost see their faces turning. So I run down on the track so the little kids could hit me, and
they hit you.
The little kids got me, but the adults got me. The older kids got me.
Like Kevin J. Cox Jr.
Yeah, Kevin Jr. Yeah, he's got a couple coming.
Right.
So it was a lot of fun.
He's got an event coming up. Don't forget.
Oh, I know. I still got some water balloons. So it was a lot of fun, Doug, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. We raised a little bit of money for the causes, and I'm looking for that to maybe become a one-time event a year.
Yep.
Once is enough.
This year, yeah. Ron Calhoun, he also took some.
Yeah, and Ronnie was grabbing some and throwing them back. He was trying. Oh my God, it was funny. Mark didn't think it was funny for a second, but he laughed about it later. He was whipping him all the way back across, hitting the fence, trying to get Mark wet.
Right. The last thing I said to Mark leaving the tower was, make sure you cover that mic if you get close, because the last time we did anything with water at track was ALS challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin were standing under the flag stand. We were talking, and somebody come up and yanked that mic, and I held on to it. And then all of a sudden, a bucket of water came over the flag stand. And we were without wireless for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he found out. Ronnie was. Mark had a little bit of water on him when he come back to the tower. Not much, but it was a good time, and I want to thank everybody and I hope mostly the kids had a real good time and fun with it.
We split that up amongst the 3 divisions, and then half to
it was half to Bev's. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
You're right. The winners in each division got the split.
I really wasn't there last week, so I don't know that we actually did that. I was just assuming we did that.
Yeah, your twin brother Jeff.
Boy, oh boy, what a mess he made. So cost us money too.
We were hoping Kevin would forget about that, but if he's watching, you just remind him. Watch, we'll get done. He'll call me up. Hey, I want to talk to you a minute.
Right.
Have nothing to do with scoring, Kevin.
So good racing out there.
Yeah, we're going to play the winners here in a second, but before we do, the 16 car, he's been gracious enough to come up and he runs. I've been using it as a test all year, and he doesn't get points. He gets the money, but he doesn't get points. So, when you see this again, once again, Johnny Newman, I tell you, we'll get into that in a little bit, but Johnny ran him down, and coming out of 4, they were banging side by side. But so Johnny's going to show us the winner because on points he was positioned first. So you want to play that, Doug?
I do. And before I do, well, we'll see if anybody notices. Here we go. All right.
If anybody notices, Doug, I'll buy him 2 tickets to this weekend, general admission.
All right. If you guys noticed anything about that, put it in the chat, and we'll watch it.
Wait, play it one more time just to show everybody. One more time.
One more time. Here we go. There we go. All right. We'll see what happens if anybody comes up with it.
2 tickets this weekend. Now, there's been some changes this weekend.
2 tickets to Paradise. You know what? Yeah, more than once.
More than once. We made a mistake. What was it? The 8th? No. When was it? The 8th we were saying? Or no, it was Saturday night. We were saying $5.
Saturday the 15th. Yeah.
It's not $5. We got the Midwest Compacts coming in. Drew Jach is going to be on here in a few minutes. Great division. They've never disappointed when they've been there, and unfortunately, no fans were allowed at the beginning of the year when Midwest was there. That was another that was going into 3 under white. Some people got roughed up, and he must be on the waiting room.
No, not yet.
But
Computer's grunt. Jeff's playing around.
So yeah, Jeff's playing around. So Midwest Compact Touring Series will be in this weekend. Pure Stocks, Renegades, Beginner Stocks, and we had come out that we were running CRS trucks. Me and Billy Straley talked, I don't know, last week, Doug, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it was. Thursday, I believe, late in the week. It was late in the week, so it had to be. We thought we could come up with some sponsorship and strike a deal, and we come up with what we thought would be okay, and we were chasing sponsorship, and we are going to make it a $12 ticket, and unfortunately, when Midville got their fans yanked and everything, they lost that race. Drivers have made plans, and the way we worked everything out. This is where I'm going to give Billy credit. He called me yesterday and said, "We got a problem." I said, "What?" And he goes, "I know I got 4 trucks coming. That's all I know. The other guys are committed here, there, whatever. I don't think I'm going to have, I don't know." And instead of having you, the fans, sit there and watch 4 trucks, and we get all kinds of nasty messages.
Right.
You know, we decided as CRS series and Sandusky Speedway that it would be in both best interest to cancel that show for this weekend. And you know, like I said, I applaud Billy for trying. Now, people that bought laps, I talked to Billy earlier. If you're on the lap board and you bought laps, get a hold of Billy tonight, tomorrow, and he'll take care of you. He told me to say that. So we appreciate you people that were buying laps and everything. But unfortunately, as I told Billy, neither one of us want egg on our face. And so we had to scrap that part of the show this weekend. But we thank Billy for trying. CRS for trying. I mean, he put a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time to do what he was trying to do and field phone calls and try to look for sponsors, and that just, I know it's disheartening even on my side, but more on his, you know, but I hand him a lot of respect for calling yesterday and saying, I got a problem. You know, that's the honorable thing to do. Thank you, Billy.
So we were going to be at $12. We talked to Kevin, and he decreased the price to
$10.
$10.
$10, the magic number.
10's on the magic number. Roy, no, Johnny did, and Johnny, he had Johnny didn't win, but on this, yes, we do put him. Johnny said it's all in color. Well, I'm glad you got a color monitor now, but no, that's not it. So
not even close, actually. You're cold.
Right.
Who said Johnny didn't win?
Roy Stanley.
Yeah, here's the deal. Once again, like I was saying before we went into that, JD Lawson's agreed to come up and run. There's a few things I want to see on that car, and he's been gracious enough. You know, he doesn't get points. The guys all agreed in a chat room. The Pure Set guys agreed, and so when we do that, he actually wins the race. He wins the money, first place money. But at the end of the night, then we pull him out on a DQ because he doesn't get points. The same happened with Jacob Thomas from Flat Rock and Monroe, Michigan. I'll touch base about that in a minute, but he gets pulled out too. Now, when we do that, then when we come in to do this, we got to show the actual winner on points. So, because if we did it the other way around, Roy, my phone would have been lighting up right now, and people wouldn't have waited till we were done with Facebook Live. And
right.
So,
all right. Now we have the Jim Hairball Classic. Is that a memorial race? Is that an illness, a disease, or
I don't know. I'm afraid to put Jim Hairball's name out there because I don't want our fans getting dumber.
Right. So,
but the only thing good about that is Michigan won't get beat by Ohio State this year.
That's true. You
They're
know what?
Looking at an undefeated season.
That's true. Let's try this out here. Let's.
It's for you, Drew.
I appreciate it.
You gotta listen to the Buckeye fight song.
Once you get
him looking, he looks so disgusted. Drew,
I don't care.
Every time I talk to you on this thing, you're in the car. You live in your car, don't you?
Well, I do actually. So,
Drew, we've talked more this year than we probably ever talked with all this COVID-19 stuff going on and that. And it's been a miserable year for you. I mean, 1 minute, all hopes, you're packed up, ready to go. And a day, what was it? 1 day, wasn't it? The day before you got yanked in Michigan. That's where you had the shirts and everything, wasn't it?
yeah, we had our enduro up on July 5th at Kalamazoo, and
The day before Kalamazoo was going to open on July 3rd, the sheriff showed up there and yanked the plug out from underneath it. And that's the type of year we've had. So we've just kind of taken it 1 week at a time. We don't know what's going to happen until we get there.
How many races you got in this year right now
We are
with the
at
Midwest Compact?
with Midwest Compacts, I think we're at 5 now. So,
And you should have been where by now?
probably around 20. So,
Wow.
It is what it is. It kind of gives the guys a break a little bit because, them being shut down for 2.5 months for work or their businesses, and it might be a blessing in disguise that some of those races got canceled. So we don't like seeing it, but we're always excited to come to Sandusky. So
Yeah, we're excited to see her. I don't know. Who is this hairball guy?
you know what? When we put this together, it was just more to make fun of you, Chris. But it's honestly just to have fun. It doesn't matter if you're an Ohio State fan, a Michigan fan, a Notre Dame fan. We're having some special trophies made up, some special winner circle stickers. Chris saw a little version of the winner circle stickers the other day. So
Oh boy.
long live your hatred for Michigan. So if somebody wins it, it's going to be stuck on their car until they sell it. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Unfortunately, we feel just as bad for Michigan as we do Ohio State with the season being dumped the way it was, and what would football season be without the rivalry Ohio State Michigan and to me the Cleveland Browns Pittsburgh Steelers rivalry, and Drew, you ran last weekend. You had a decent car count, 16 cars. You've been averaging pretty decent car count everywhere you've been going. What are we looking at for this weekend? Or should I have asked you that before you come on?
We're all right. Right now, I think we're at 11 that I have on my list to be there. There's some guys like the Roofners that I suspect they'll be there. A few other Midvale cars that'll been racing with us should be there as well too. So I'm gonna guess between 13 and 15, which is always a good number for us at Sandusky. I would always like to bring 20.
But we'd like to run all season with fans too.
Yep.
And no restrictions.
No. So unfortunately, the way things have broken down, you guys know I have a series in Wisconsin called the Midwest Dash Series. So Greg McCarnes, who I'm sure you both know, strong supporter of what we do up there. Can't say no to him. So unfortunately for you, you drew the short straw. You get me this weekend. I didn't get to come. I didn't get to come to the October race last year because I was up at Oktoberfest in La Crosse, Wisconsin. So I called and talked to Ryan Warning today. He goes, "Where are you sending me, boss?" And I said, "Well, how does Mount Morris, Illinois sound?" So he's going there. I'm coming down to hang out with you guys. He gets to deal with the rocket and wrestling show that we're doing down there with the special trophies. But I'm excited. I think the quality of cars that you saw, I posted our qualifying times from Lorraine. It's probably the tightest field we've had. A guy that just got quicker through the entire day. His name is Tobias Wheeler. He should be at Sandusky. First time feature winner. He's only raced with us 2 or 3 times this year. The 66 of Chris Harmon should be looking for a redemption from his race. He should actually probably won the race in May when we were there. The black 66 car. He's going to be a tough one. Jake Albright's firing on all cylinders now, so he should be strong. Jacob Gustafson.
Ohio State, Jake. Yep. Ohio State, Jake.
Yeah.
I see. It looks like his nephew had some motor problems, and it looks like they may be putting a big motor in his nephew's car. Derek, he's been running strong. Clayton has been running strong wherever we go, as long as he doesn't get shut off with 3 laps to go, his motor doesn't quit or whatever. He's having ignition issues. So he's due for a win there. So if we end up with 13 to 15 cars, I think it's going to be probably pretty close to the race that we saw and made there, which is probably the best race we've ever had.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying a little bit ago. You know, unfortunately, we didn't have fans first time you were there, and man, what a that was one hell of a race. And you know, we've been front wheel drives. We call them Renegades, Sandusky. It's a real package. They're pretty close to you. There's some changes though that they you know they're not you. Week after week after week this year, it's been you never knew who the hell was going to win. 3, 4 of them coming to the line, and I know that's the way it's with you guys, you know. But we look forward to having you, Drew. It's always a pleasure. I love razzing you. It's all in fun, you know. I know you were Michigan, true and blue, but you know you live out in Chicago. I don't think some people know this. When you left, and when was that? When you left and you couldn't go home?
That was yeah, that was when all this crap started back in May. They I mean, from the south side to downtown to all the suburbs, there's still businesses, big chain businesses that are not open. Like Best Buy, I left one of my computer cables at my dad's house a couple months ago, or actually about a month ago. I went to go buy one at Best Buy, and there's not a Best Buy open in the city of Chicago right now. So, unfortunately, again, something happened. I want to say a week ago Sunday. And they got the Magnificent Mile, and that's actually the first time I've been downtown Chicago. I live over by Wrigley. I go by the Magnificent Mile, but I never go down it. And the carnage and destruction that they did is just embarrassing to live in that city. I'm not trying to get political in any way, but it's just embarrassing that the mayor and you know, they just let them get away with it. And they don't help or support the police department. And there should be some, if it's a National Guard being brought in from Illinois, it's getting ridiculous there. My neighborhood's safe, but every time these police officers have to chase down a bad guy and have to shoot him, it doesn't give them a right to go in there and break a business up and steal lots of money. And I don't know if you saw the video.
Go ahead. Yeah, I seen that video. Go ahead.
The video with obviously this person didn't need anything. They were just doing it. They were using a white BMW or something like that to crash a window of Macy's so the flock of people can get in there, using a $50,000 car to destroy a $300 window to get in. So it's ridiculous.
Well, they got right to within a block. The place you go down from your apartment and eat got nailed, didn't it? In May?
Oh yeah. The Verizon phone store there, the 7-Eleven got it. That was back in May. More than less, those were people just driving through. That wasn't necessarily they're hitting every business there, but it's crazy. I think I shared the picture from one of the apartment buildings in my neighborhood that showed one of the protests that they had going on. There's like 4,000 or 5,000 people blocking the streets there. So I wasn't there this weekend, but it sounds like they were supposed to have a big protest on the Dan Ryan, which is the main artery into Chicago. And I didn't read it, but some of my neighbors had said that they squashed that before that happened. So that was good. But never in my life I thought I would be living in a big city of Chicago where all the toll roads are blocked, the bridges are put up at night, and you basically have to have 3 forms of ID to get downtown to show you either work there or you live there. That's third world country crap going on there.
I agree with that. I agree. Drew, it's always a pleasure. I can't wait to see you Saturday. Be careful. Be real careful. Doug,
we'll be there. I have a special sticker for your truck. So,
boy,
you.
So when the Ohio driver wins, then we'll have some special stuff for your vehicle as well.
If an Ohio State driver wins, I put up $40 for an Ohio State driver. Man. All right. So, Drew, thanks a lot.
Well, that was.
The conversation.
I'll see you on Saturday.
The conversations we had this past 4 months have been invaluable. I mean, I'm glad I got you as a friend. So, thanks a lot.
I am as
Peace
well. You been both you and Doug. Peace.
All right, there he goes. There went Jim Hairball.
Hairball. Drew Hairball.
Drew Jach from the Midwest Compact
Touring Series.
What a great guy. And boy, oh boy, we thought we had problems. Now, with the traveling series is even more complex than just us fighting to get open and get fans. They've got different regulations and different places that they got to follow. Some of them are canceling. Some of them are running without fans. Some are running with fans. It just,
It's hard enough for a track to run without fans, and then, when you got a traveling series coming in, it's just sometimes impossible. And Drew, we worked out a deal, and with thankful that Drew had the sponsors to do that they ran in May, because at the time we didn't know. I mean, honestly, we didn't know how far we were going to go.
right.
And,
Right.
neither did he. So, he went from 20 races to 5. Now, what people don't understand is 20 races to 5, it's hard to hold your sponsors. He's lost a lot of money and keeping going. I mean, we're at one point, I'm not going to lie, I said, Drew, man, are you sure it's worth it? Why don't you just cancel you and start next year?
Right. Yep.
But he didn't, and it's cost him a lot of money out of his pocket. And he keeps going, and I admire him for that. I either admire him or I think he's real stupid. I'm on the fence.
Well, since Michigan, he might be more on the.
It's all good. This weekend, Doug, this past weekend, JD gets out front in the pier stock. Gets out front in the pier stock race, and he takes off. Johnny gets held up a little bit, has a hard time running, and gets around and runs them down. And they come out to the checkered out of lap 4, side by side banging. Last week, this weekend, you phenomenal racing in that group.
Yeah, it was almost like watching a repeat of 2 weeks ago.
Kyle's still up there. He takes second because the Jacob was in front of him. Jacob Thomas. Here's one. Unfortunately, I just seen before we come on. Jacob's got more internal issues in that motor than what he thought, and he's done for the season, unfortunately. But Jacob Thomas comes down from Flat Rock. Never been to Sandusky before. Holy shit, did he run good.
Phenomenal.
I mean, ran awesome. And then, I know I got to put a shout out to everybody, but if you were to pick a most improved driver of the week, my pick goes to the Baby Shark car, 10 car, Jesse Carrillo. I mean, out of nowhere, every week has been striving to get better. He's a Toledo car, come down, basically had nowhere to run. We brought him down. Every week he strives to get better and better and better. And I tell you what, he was running good this weekend. Phenomenal racing with him. I mean, and so I don't know what you get with that, Jesse. Most improved of the week.
Yeah.
Boy.
Well, I think we talked Sunday about Lawson, and he just seems, for some reason, be off the mark. He got held up back there, but then it just didn't seem like it was working real well for him.
Which one, Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff Doc, for some reason we can't bring up them lifetimes of the feature.
Well,
Kyle runs strong every week.
Yeah, when I get up there Saturday, I can pull them all up like it's going to matter.
Yeah, well, yeah, it will, because me and him got a cheeseburger bet on it. And, Kyle Lawson runs consistent every week in the Torino. And it's a fan favorite car. But I don't know. I still think he was running. Then I would say midway, a little after midway, it seemed like something was. He says no, but it seemed like he started something went amiss on it. But he still finished strong.
Yeah,
every week he does. So and then he turned to the Renegades.
That's amazing.
I mean, Dan and Brandon, teammates, pumping the hell out of each other side by side.
Right.
Dylan Napier behind them, just fighting at the chomp, trying to go low, trying to go 3 wide high, low.
Yeah.
And that's the way they come across the finish line. Dan kind of slipped up there a little bit in 3 and 4, coming to the checkered, and Brandon got out in front of him. But it's 3 cars that could have threw a blanket. It was anybody's win coming at the checkered, and I applaud these guys. I think I can't remember exactly what I wrote in that chat room, Doug, but the fact of how far they've come, what kind of racing they put on, and how proud I was to be associated with the Renegade Stock Series.
Here's how good that group is. They have now moved out of the lawn over to where the supers and modifieds used to be.
Yeah. And that's confidence. Even when them pits were empty, a couple years ago, they stayed over there, and the confidence, and they are a premier division, and I don't care. Randy can't call me while I'm on live. Randy Feakin's calling me.
We may have to get him on next week if he's having problems.
Randy, we might have to put you on next week if you can't get on. But that's a confidence level. This group, you take a look at them, and you go back 6-8 years ago. Sometimes you had the issues in the pits with fighting, arguing, whatever. Sometimes they were your main assay. A lot of times, and it went from them being, everybody called them field fillers, there to support the rest of the show, to they are the show. I mean, premier division right now. Through stock's the way it's going to go, coming. The way I'm structuring it for next year, we'll be right there with them. And anybody that can come and watch a Renegade race this year and say they didn't care for the race, like I said last week, isn't a true race fan.
All right.
And then, unfortunately, attritions come down with the beginner stocks, and Jaden was on vacation. The McCall family helped out. They blew a motor last Friday night.
Right.
Another motor went in the car. They had it. They were working on it feverishly. Got it to the track, and sensor. That's what AJ was telling me. I pulled up at one point, and just the look on his face was like, it's a sensor, and we can't find out. So what do? They bring a 15 car up, get it towed up, and Neve goes out with Laney, and I believe that Laney ran really good this week. I did some work with her last Wednesday night on lines to run, and she was running very good, Doug. She wasn't all over. She had a good line, but unfortunately, I think her motor went south too. One of the heat, I think it was the heat race, when I looked at you and said lap 3 or whatever, her motor just went sour.
Yeah.
And Neve starts the feature and she locks it up.
He just said locked it up. Your phone, do you have your finger on your mic or something?
Is that better?
No.
You sure?
No, don't sound very good.
I'll come back.
All right. So Chris is coming back. So anyhow, so Neve's going to be back, and Wee Man is going to be in the 15 car. And
that better?
Yeah, that's much better. So I was just saying, Neve's going to be back. Wee Man going to be in the 15. AJ McCall said it was a computer issue. Laney held that car together and still finished the race. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, she did, and I'm telling you, if I had to guess, that motor went sour, and it went sour coming across halfway in the heat race. You could hear it, and unfortunately, I mean, when they click on all cylinders, when Laney gets clicking on all cylinders and things right, she's gonna win some features. I'm telling you, and and I give credit to the McCalls too. I mean, Brad
in his
tanked
car.
the wall in the heat race, and
I guess he is going to be in his car.
He tanked the wall in the heat race, and he come up to the tower and asked me about points, and I said, well, where you qualified and where you had a poor qualifying for some reason, or problem where you finished in the heat. If you start the feature, you get more points than if you take the qualifying.
Yep.
This is what people got to understand. If the heat race is over and you jump in another car for the feature, you still get your show up points, but you either forfeit your qualifying points and heat race points, take the feature points, or you don't run that car, another car, and take the qualifying and heat race points. And sometimes, on a starting park, and Brad got in that car and he wasn't feeling good at all from that hit either.
Right. Yeah.
And he stopped flags and please tell me you got a lap in.
Yeah, we got it. Then we have a new division coming online in 2021. So we put the word out that we were going to give away. It ended up being 6 tickets to the modified race coming up. Is that next week now? Not this Saturday, but it's following.
No, it's not this Saturday. It's a week from this Saturday. Right. And thank you, Mark Garnick, our announcer, Mark.com boy. And he bought 2 tickets, and Brad Merritt bought 2 tickets, and we're giving 2 tickets to the winner for the Pops Clinic Memorial Race. We changed the name, and I'll get into that in a minute.
Okay. So I got to write it down so that I can put it on Facebook like it's, or our schedule like it's supposed to be. All right. So you got the name of the winner.
Jody Henry.
Yeah, you got it.
And the name of the series is
Rampage Stocks. Rampage Stocks, and that's a mid-size class, that mid-size to full front-wheel drive. The rules are up on SanduskySpeedway.com, and we'll change the name on that probably in the next day or two to where you can see Rampage Stocks. This will fall under the Renegade Stock Series under the LLC. So, I mean, I look forward to that division, to tell you the truth, Doug. What kind of cars?
They're like Grand Prix and Trepids, Tauruses, and and just thinking of that offhand, I do want to thank Redline Radio, Dave Wallencheck, because he's watching.
Yes, he is.
Dave committed the rest of the year for the Renegade Stock Series. He'll be given $25 a night for the fast qualifier, and also committed to the full season next year of Redline Radio, giving $25 a night to the fast qualifier. And we'll get some stickers made, so whoever gets fast qualifier will have stickers. You know how them guys are about stickers.
Love their stickers.
Yeah, you got to wait for your trophy and stickers next. What? Okay, you got to wait for your money till next week, but I'll give you a trophy and stickers. All right.
Right. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do it. I'll put the Facebook in the chat so you guys could check out Facebook. And they do have a website as well. Just whistle while we work. There we go. All right. I think I just put the okay, keep talking. I'll work on this.
What do you want me to talk about? Ladies and gentlemen, Cavalcade.
We've got some interesting news coming for Cavalcade, I think.
2020 Cavalcade.
Mm-hmm.
Got a phone call the other day, and Will Wiggins called me and said, "What can we do?" I said, "Well, this is what I can do." And I was, a little hesitant, and we're back and forth, and I went to Kevin with it because I don't make them decisions. Whatever I got to take to Kevin, and that's just, he owns the track. He pays the bills, not me. Kevin, me talk. Kevin said, okay. I went back to Will, said, okay. I want this many cars, but yeah, let's do this. So street stocks will be at the Cavalcade this year, 2020 Cavalcade. I have nothing to do with it. Don't being an asshole. Don't call me. Don't, nothing to do with the rule package. Nothing. But get a hold of Will Wiggins. Ed McKnight's joined forces with Will on this to make sure this happens. ECO Mechanical. Get a hold of Will, and his number's all over the place. He sponsors a lot of, Wiggins Construction.
Will, I think, is watching, so if you want to post your number so everyone can call you.
We'll post your number up.
Or Facebook or something.
Listen, I had no intentions. I'm not gonna lie. No, it wasn't even a thought, was it, Doug? I threw something at Dennis Woods back May 30th when the trucks were there, or one of them races when maybe it was the next week in June when the trucks come in and ran, and Dennis Woods was up with street stock, and Dennis asked me how, I said, well, I'll give you this much, and that's it. It really didn't. And I haven't heard anything since then. And Will called me up, and we talked for a bit, and I agree with them. It's time that they come back and made an appearance at Sandusky Speedway, and I think they will with great fashion.
And they will. And the phone number is 440-731-4654. So we just blasted that all out. So
well, that's his construction number, I think. And okay. So, hey, give Will a call. If you're interested in helping them guys sponsor, call them. If you're a street stock driver listening, give them a call. If you start bashing on this site, on this page, on this live, it will be taken off, because there's a few of you like to be smart asses and say stupid shit sometimes, and we'll take it off. This is a deal that we'll put together. Will come to me, called me, and we talked and worked it out. I went to Kevin, and Kevin's good with it. Give him credit. Give him credit for trying to put on a good show for you guys at Cavalcade. So,
yeah, just touch on the negativity. Honestly, this year has been extraordinary when it comes to people. My phone's going all wacky here.
It's probably Randy. Yeah, I don't think they get on. So,
that we've had so much money donated this year, so many people thankful, and a lot of people are having fun, which it kind of brings it back around. A couple years ago, so it was rough, and this year seems like everybody's having a good time.
Of all years, I mean, honestly, Doug, me and you've talked to the wee hours of the night, and we didn't know what to expect going into this season. And our drivers, car owners and drivers, everybody in the pit's been just super great. And our fans have even been better. I mean, the social distancing, doing what they're supposed to do, involved. Like you said, we run a hot dog race, and people are running up to the fence throwing $20 bills just out of the grandstands.
$240 in
we basically started, I think it was, I don't know, $20-$40 or something. It was more of an ego thing between Justin and Kevy, and then the next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. Right. And we got $240 in a matter of minutes, and we want to thank you people. I know I did it last week, and I sincerely mean it. And I want to thank Sharon Jaycox and Laura and them, that are underneath week after week. This week was a little miserable. The heat was pretty bad, and they're wearing their masks all day. And I do want to thank Bobby Joe and Michaela and Quentin and whoever else helped fill them water balloons. I mean,
there was 1,500 of them.
I believe at 1,300.
Or they stopped.
I messaged her and I said, "Hey, we're getting ready," and she goes, "Well, we're at 1,300. That'll do. Let's go." 1,300 water balloons they filled, and this stuff doesn't happen. This stuff doesn't happen. Racing don't happen without the staff, Doug. And I went into that a few weeks ago, and me and you sit here on Facebook, and I sit in the tower, and Mark announces and that, but we're kind of the face. Kevin owns the place, but we're nothing without our staff. Period.
Right. Yeah. A lot of behind the scenes on this,
and we're nothing without the drivers and fans. We'd all be going to another track or sitting at home. So I mean, we're great right from the get go, and we got our fans yanked, Doug. Our fans and our drivers didn't go crazy and get stupid and make stupid phone calls and stuff. So thank you. And I'm kind of putting a new rule in starting tonight.
Whoa.
Unless it's something extreme,
yeah,
I'm gonna stop taking phone calls and messages after 9 o'clock. I got a feeling it has a little bit something to do with me staying up sometimes till 11:30, 12, dealing with stuff, and having to try to get up 3:30 day after day, and so guys, if you could make sure you get her into me by 9 o'clock. Now, if you're working on a car and something's, I understand that. But if you're going to message me or call me to bitch about something, it can wait till tomorrow morning. Because if you do it, I'm going to be calling you at 3:30 in the morning, waking you up. Let's talk. I'm up now. Let's talk.
That's a cool idea.
And I guarantee you, most of you guys know me. I will do that. So please, I don't ask for a whole lot, Doug, but I'm asking for a while. So I figure out what the hell's wrong with my balance and stuff to cut it off at 9 o'clock for me, please.
Yeah, it's a long way down from the back of the tower.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Jared. He almost found that route.
We have an expressway.
Oh, boy. Poor Jared. I'll never forget that day.
He won't either.
Yeah, Debbie. He won't either.
Will Wiggins wants to get a list of drivers that are attending, so get a hold of them, let them know.
Yeah, get over to Will's Facebook page or give him a call. I'd like that too. I mean, and let's be fair about this. This guy stuck his neck out. I mean, don't tell him you're coming if you're not. Same with me. I hate that. Don't tell me you're coming just so you think that I'll shut up. If you're not coming, I get it. I understand for whatever reason. Tell him. So he's got an accurate count. There's nothing worse than when a guy's trying to promote something and he's got 20 guys telling him he's coming and 12 show up. And then he's looking at the track owner and race director with his eyes crossed saying,
right.
Never again, God damn it, never again.
Are you still on the hook for a bump and run?
Yes, this weekend we're doing a bump and run intermission.
There you go. Actually, a couple of people asked about it. So yes,
it seems to be a fan favorite, and the guys are kind of up me about doing one, so we're going to throw another one in this weekend.
All right. Are we giving the winner anything? Hot dog? We will buy you a hot dog.
Good job.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
You're good out there.
So
So bump and run it is. Let's see what else is going on.
I don't know. We've been on almost an hour. It's the longest we've been on in a long time.
Yeah,
Randy, bring up Randy. Feakins, Doug, go tell them what we're going to do tonight with Randy, and then we'll push that off to next week.
Yeah, we were supposed to have Randy on. He has a representative from CASA.
Yes.
CASA, and it's an organization that helps kids neglected or abused. They have a representative in court. This person helps them get through all that. Nonprofit organization. So we'll bring him on and them on next week.
Next week, they're doing a raffle.
Yes.
And listen, everybody, anybody, especially if they were there Saturday night, I got a real soft spot for kids, and kids are born in this world not because they chose to be, because two people chose for them to be brought into this world, and neglect and abuse a kid, and it doesn't always have to be smacking them around. I mean, mental abuse is just as bad, especially at a young age. There's no need for that. They didn't ask to come into this world. You brought them into this world. So this is a very, very good, organization that's doing a raffle, and we want to get it out there, and we want you guys to support this. I mean, the kids, there's nothing more important than kids.
Maybe we can get them out to the track.
Yeah. Unless they're 20 years old, want to act like idiots in big cities. Then there's a lot more important than kids that age. Nothing more important than kids that are very young and newborns.
Let's change our history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's rewrite the history books. Hitler did that, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay, here we go now. AJ McCall's going to give $50 to the bump and run winner. Mark is going to match it. So now we're up to $100 to the bump and run.
Appreciate that, guys. Yep. McCall's a. Hey, AJ, didn't AJ finish the race Saturday?
Yeah. You know what? He was just talking about his cursed car. Okay, so, well, let me go back here. Andy McCall's given the $50. Sorry about
that. That ain't me. It's Andy.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Andy, I got a question. You gonna race next year? You're on. You're watching. You gonna race next year? Put it out on Facebook Live tonight. You heard it first.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I got wrecked in a heat race, unfortunately. Okay, so
who's that?
AJ McCall.
I remember this one time at band camp.
Right. Should have started that a little differently.
All right, guys. We got anything else, Doug?
No, I think we've kind of run through everything. Midwest Compact Touring Series are Renegades, pure stocks, beginner stocks, and $10 to get in. Our Facebook pages or our website, geez, always is up to date.
And bump and run.
And don't forget to catch Sandusky Karting Series tomorrow.
At what time?
I think we got 7 on that one. And then Thursday is Hammer Down Racing Report at 7, and Shady Bowl is on at 8.
8.
Yes.
All right, people. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the support. God bless you all.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.